All right. I think that we are now live on Facebook. So good afternoon, Southern Miss parents and families. Welcome to our monthly Seymour Scoop. My name is Ashley Jones, and I serve as the coordinator for parent and family programs in the Center for Student Success here at Southern Miss. And as always, we are so excited that you have joined us for our monthly resource opportunity. So every month, we join with a resource office on campus, someone that serves your students, and we want to share that information with you guys so that you'll know a little bit more about the opportunities that are available to students on campus, and so that you can help us in sharing those opportunities with your student. So today I have with me Ms. Lauren Brescher, and she serves as the marketing manager for Eagle Dining. And so we're going to learn all things about Eagle Dining. It's lunchtime here, so I'm ready to eat. And so whether you are on your lunch break or after your lunch break, it's a great opportunity for us all to just kind of sit down to learn more about what Eagle Dining is and the services that they provide for Southern Miss. So with that, I'll say welcome, Ms. Brescher, for coming today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And I would love to start with just a general understanding of what Eagle Dining is. So tell us, what is Eagle Dining?
Yes, well, thank you for having me. I'm always excited to share with families about, what we have here to offer with Eagle Dining. But Eagle Dining serves as the, food resource for all of our students on campus, right? So we manage the Fresh Food Company, which is our main dining hall. We also manage all of the restaurants on campus, such as Chick-fil-A, Subway, Starbucks. So lots of options for your students to eat. So yeah, we are just, we have a great operation. We have great employees who are, obviously local here to Hattiesburg. We have some employees that went to school here. So we have some alums, and we also hire a lot of students. So yeah, that's Eagle Dining.
Awesome. I believe that if students don't know about any other office on campus, they probably know about Eagle Dining. They may not know the term Eagle Dining, but they certainly know about the eateries on campus. So,
absolutely.
They are well used, I must say, especially being someone, our office is located in Cook Library, which is where Starbucks is. And so it is always full. So yes, I do love to visit.
Absolutely.
And not just students, I do too. So
yes. Yes.
So in terms of meal plans, so we know that it houses, Eagle Dining houses all the eateries on campus, and also meal plans are located. So in terms of meal plans, what are the various options that are available to both on-campus students and commuter students? And, is there a preferred option for first-year students?
Yes, absolutely. So, we have various meal plans that students can choose from. So whether you're watching as a family member of a current student, or maybe you're watching as a potential future student, it can be somewhat a little overwhelming at first to look at all of the options, right? So at eagledining.com, we have all of our options listed. So that's always a great resource. If you go to the meal plans tab on our homepage, you'll see, and we really try to break it down. You'll see where there's students who live on campus, there's options for them. And then there's options for students who live off campus. Now, if you live on campus, as a freshman, we have certain meal plan requirements. And then as an upperclassman, you can choose any of our 4 residential meal plans. So I'm going to try to break it down for you. Maybe I'll make this, I talk about this every year during the summer, so it becomes really fluent for me. But again, it can be a little confusing. So as a freshman, living on campus, you would be required to have one of the unlimited meal plans. So that's either the to the top or the black and gold. And when I say required, I mean, it's such a wonderful resource to have a meal plan. You never have to worry about your student not having a place to eat, because they'll be able to go into our dining hall every hour from the last hour entered as an unlimited meal plan holder. Okay, so each of our meal plans come with bonus bucks. So those unlimited meal plans will come with a certain number, whether it's 300 or 150. That is for the whole semester. So it's a great budgeting tool for your students, because they've got to try to stretch that 300 or that 150 over the semester. Now, if they run out, the good news is they always have a place to eat with that unlimited meal plan. So they'll always have an option in the dining hall. And real quick, I'll just say that we do so much in our dining hall. And I know we're going to get into that later on, but we have a lot of options in there. We switch out a lot of our recipes on the different stations. So we really try to add variety because we know that there's a lot of students that are eating in there, almost every day, right? And so we don't want them to get fatigued from going into the same place all the time. So we want them to have options. Now, as an upperclassman living on campus, we do have weekly plans. So once you get through that first year, you've learned your way around campus, when's the right time to go to eat at certain places, going to the fresh food company at 12, if you're in a pinch for time isn't always the best thing, right? Because there could be certain lines that could be really long because we have a lot of students in there. But students quickly learn within a few weeks or so, like when is the best time to go in. If they have a little bit of time, they'll go grab a sandwich at the pod. So, but with those upperclassmen plans, they get more options as far as like choosing a weekly plan. They can choose a weekly 10 or a weekly 14. And that means that it gives them 10 meals a week or 14 meals a week. And by then, especially our juniors and seniors that still live on campus, they have the opportunity where they may be always in the nursing building because they're really entrenched in their major. And so they're not really getting the full value of an unlimited meal plan. And that's why we came up with those weekly plans. So again, an upperclassman can choose a unlimited plan. So 4 options on that note. And then for commuters, commuters can technically purchase any meal plan they want. It's funny because we will have commuters who will get a weekly 10 meal plan. And it almost seems like a big plan to get, but we have students who are really involved on campus. Maybe they're involved in, band or sorority on campus or another organization, and they know they're going to be on campus often. They know they're going to be studying on campus. They don't want to really worry about cooking. So they get a commuter meal plan. Sometimes they get a weekly 10. But I recommend all families really look into our commuter meal plan options. Whether you get a plan, which we have a lot of options on our website, or you just get a dining dollar block. That means you just have some money on your ID that you can use. The dining dollars will roll over each semester until 1 year of non-usage. But it's really nice to have that money. It's a part of your college experience. You're coming to campus, you're going to want to eat with your friends. So I always recommend that commuters get something because most likely if they, go to class, get in their car to go somewhere off campus, they may not be coming back to campus, so it's just easier to stay on campus and eat on campus. So I know that was long-winded, Ashley, but.
No, that was perfect. That's a perfect explanation because I've looked online and the way that you described it made it very easy to understand. It made total sense. And I completely agree in terms of commuters having some sort of meal plan on campus because it's difficult, especially at lunchtime, leaving campus, Party Street and trying to locate somewhere to eat and then come to campus and then locate parking and then get to your residence, for class. It's difficult. And so just having a place on campus makes it so much easier, affordable, less gas and having to drive back and forth. And then of course, being able to, be with your friends and, study groups and being able to just grab something and go. So those are wonderful options. We hope that you, our families, will give that information to your students. Like Laura mentioned, whether it's, students that are current students or going to be incoming students. So certainly a lot to review and think over. In terms of those meal plans, how are meal plans charged to students at campus?
Great question. So, and we'll back up and just say too, anytime any family member has a question about meal plans, just give our office a call, 601-266-5376. We get meal plan questions all the time, and there's never been a dumb meal plan question. Okay. We get them all the time. There's all kinds of things that people want to know. So, and every semester I hear a new question that I've never heard before. And I've been here for almost 7 years. So, But how do you get charged for meal plans? Great question. So when you are living on campus, you will automatically receive a meal plan. Okay. So and I'll back up and say this. So we want to make sure that when your student moves here to campus for move-in weekend, that your student is able to eat. Okay, so every student that comes in, we will automatically give them the To the Top meal plan. Okay, but throughout the spring semester previous coming into that summer before fall, we have a lot of upperclassmen who will choose which meal plan they want by signing up online or through a form. During orientation, we have families that make a decision to go to, a different unlimited plan. And so we will make those changes throughout that time leading up to the fall semester. But again, if you had never made a different decision on a meal plan, we'll automatically give you the To the Top meal plan. Okay, that's that unlimited meal plan with 300 bonus bucks. But when your student starts, whether it's like move-in weekend or a week and a half leading into that, if they would like to make a meal plan change, to go from the To the Top to the Black and Gold plan, we can make those changes. So just know that. But we will automatically charge to your student account. So that's a great question as well, because a lot of people, are curious, like, do I pay Eagle Dining separate than what I would pay for my university bill? And no, you will automatically get that charge added to your university bill, and you can use, any scholarship money or any financial aid that you are using. If you are using that, you can use it towards your entire bill. So that is a really great question. And also, it's something for our commuters. They don't realize that they can charge their meal plan to their student account. And we do our best to explain that in different avenues, whether it's social media, orientation, or to students who may be leaving for the summer and coming back the following fall. We explain that, but so you can put it on your student account. And you can directly pay via credit card to the Eagle Dining office if that's something that a family would like to do.
That's awesome. So there are options. So
it can
be as easy as adding it to the, student account, being automatically added to the student account and just paying some, or purchasing separately. So there are certainly options and ways to make those payments.
Correct.
We know that the Fresh Food Company is Southern Miss main dining hall. So I know that you mentioned about there being various recipes and various lines. Could you talk a little bit more about that and letting us know if there are vegetarian or vegan options?
Absolutely. Yep. I mentioned being here for 6 years, and it does seem like every semester, we have more students that want to be able to customize their meals. I meet more students that have, they're on a vegan diet, or they're on a vegetarian diet, or gluten-free. And so that comes up often. I'm able to talk about it at orientation, which is always nice. But all of our restaurants, and including the Fresh Food Company, obviously, we have various options on our menus, and you can look at all of our menus at eagledining.com. When you go to locations and menus, you can view our menu. But we are happy to customize, things. So even if you go to one of our national brands and there's something that you want, and say you want to take meat off of it, we can do that for you. Like, say you go to Einstein's and you want to order one of their bagel sandwiches, but you don't want to have meat on there. You can make that with your order. And in the Fresh Food Company specifically, we actually have a vegan station. So that's really awesome. A lot of our students like it. We have different options on there. And then we also encourage students to visit different stations to make a complete meal. So for example, at our comfort station, we always have a protein, a starch, and a vegetable, okay? But some students will just go and grab a vegetable from the comfort line, and that's totally fine. And then they'll go over to the vegan line and they'll grab something, or they'll go to the salad bar and make their own options. So a lot of our stations are made to order. We're back in the zone of that now. So, at our exhibition station, if we're making some type of stir fry, students can have the meat left off. They can pick and choose what they want in there. So we have a lot of options, and we also encourage students to come and just talk to us if they're not getting, that experience that they're feeling like they need, right? So we encourage all of students to come talk. I get students email me often, or they may reach out to our executive chef. We've walked around with students when they got to school here and showed them everything that they can do with their meal plan, like how they can go around the fresh food company and pick and choose different items. And we're happy to do that because a lot of students will come in and feel really intimidated, right? Like they come to a new school, there's a ton of new people around them. Some of them don't have a friend, around. They're maybe brand new to this area, and they're like just walking into this massive dining hall, and they're like, how can I go and just get one thing, or can I go just grab some tomatoes off the salad bar if that's what I want? And that's absolutely okay. But it can be intimidating, and we encourage students to talk to our leadership team that's in there and talk to our staff. So, and like for gluten-free, we have, a lot of things that are available upon request, right? Because we don't have students, a lot of students like eating gluten-free pasta. So what we do is we have it ready and available and warm, and you just need to request it. And so we have signage out there. We have gluten-free pizza crust. So we have gluten-free waffle mix. So we put signs out for that so that students aren't just, using that if that's not really what they want. So lots of options. So yeah.
That is absolutely amazing. I love the availability for customization for the meals and for having options for those who are on a vegan diet or vegetarian or free. That's amazing. And I'm just so grateful that we have things like that available for all students on campus. And I must say that I am now hungry. So I think I may need to be visiting one of the on-campus eateries because I'm not ready for lunch.
Yes, good. Yeah.
Thank you. So excuse me, what are the benefits for having an on-campus meal plans? I know that we've talked a little bit about that already, but are there any additional benefits to having one for students? Like, I think I want one, I'm almost convinced, but convince me a little bit more of why I should have an on-campus meal plan. What are the benefits?
Well, there's so many benefits. So obviously, if a student's living on campus, they're just here all the time, right? So they're living here, they're parking here, they're hanging out here all of the time. So there's obviously, benefits that are probably obvious, right? Like not having to cook, no dishes, not having to waste money, not having to lose their parking spot, right? So even for commuters, there's so many other benefits, right? Students are just have one less thing to think about. That's like the biggest thing. It's convenience. It's, less stress. It's not as much stress to be able to have a meal plan. You have something to fall back on. Most of our students that get a commuter meal plan in the fall are continuous purchasers throughout their time while they're at school. But yes, it's getting those students to try us out and to see the value of having a meal plan, right? And of course, too, having a meal plan is going to save money, right? So to go into the fresh food company, perfect example, for lunch, it's $11 plus tax if you did not have a meal plan, okay? But when you have a meal plan, your price per meal goes down. Okay. So like when you have a commuter meal plan, some of our plans you might be getting in there for like right around $7. Some of the meal plans might get you in closer to $4 to $5. And so you're really getting some better discounts. And especially when you go into the fresh food company, it's all you care to eat. So if you go to a station and you go through a line and then maybe it just wasn't, didn't fill up your taste buds and you want to try something else, you can. You haven't just lost your money on a meal that you're unhappy with, right? And then the other thing too about having that meal plan is, we have the bonus bucks and the dining dollars, right? So bonus bucks come with your meal plan, and dining dollars are additional money that you add. So I know a lot of people will get confused about that. But with that, it gives students the freedom to go to other locations. Like I said, don't want to go to a fresh food company for breakfast that day? Go grab a chicken biscuit from Chick-fil-A, or you want to go study and you want to just, have some coffee in Starbucks, you can do that. So there's a lot of benefits as far as having a meal plan. So I would encourage all students to try it out, at least get some dining dollars, like I said.
Yes. And one of the things that just popped in my mind, I know that sometimes in the fresh food company, you guys will have specialized meals on certain parts of the year. And I'm like, that's so fun. I want that. Talk a little bit about some of the things that you've done in the past.
Yes. Thanks for bringing that up. Yes, we have lots of pop-ups, lots of events and stuff like that. Students love a themed meal. It's
Yes,
just, it's so exciting.
it's fun.
Yes, it is. It's fun. It's different. You know, who doesn't love breakfast for dinner, right? We do a
Right.
late night, we call it a late night breakfast, but we do a breakfast meal once a month. We started doing a mac and cheese bar once a month in our dining hall. And then we also do a chicken tender day. So those are like our three things that we always have in a month, but then we also throw in like additional items, right? So right now, actually this week, on Monday, today, and Friday, we have grain bowls. So it's like it's a limited time offer. It's at our exhibition station. Next month will be street tacos. And so we really do try to change it up to where you're able to go to some events. We do partner with other organizations. SMAC does a late night meal. And when you have a meal plan, all you have to do is just swipe to go in. There's Crawfish Fest. There's a lot of like different things that you can utilize your meal plan for. So yes, thank you for bringing that up.
Yes, not a problem. It dawned on me. I was like, oh, those are other added bonuses.
Yes.
Meal plan. There are just all these fun events and fun food that you can eat at various times throughout the year. So
absolutely. And just yesterday, actually, we were handing out pumpkins in our dining hall. So if you came in and you were one of the lucky ones to grab one of our pumpkins, we had a limited amount. We had 30 that we were giving away, and students could grab them, and they're going to be bringing them back at the end of the month. And we're going to have a pumpkin painting contest. So it's going to be fun. The top winner is going to win $100 dining dollars, and then the second winner is going to win 50. So we just try to do fun stuff like that for our students.
I love that. That's absolutely amazing. Comes with having an on-campus meal plan.
Yes.
So I know that you've talked with us about what the various meal plans are, and you mentioned being able to change those. Tell us about being able to change a meal plan. Are students able to change from semester to semester, or is it one full year?
Yes, absolutely. So what we do is whatever you have in the fall, we will actually automatically give that to you in the spring, okay, for a residential plan or a commuter plan. And that's mainly because we would assume that that's the same plan that you wanted. But if you would like to change that, downgrade it, go to a different plan, you can do that your spring semester. And so actually November 1st, we're going to start doing an early meal plan spring promotion. So if you are a student living on campus and you upgrade your meal plan, so say you had the black and gold plan, but you said, okay, you know what, I really need some more bonus bucks, and you want to go up to the top plan, we're going to have a promotion for that. You'll be able to get free dining dollars. So it's going to be a tiered promotion. So look out on our social media for that. But in the spring and November, students can start making their meal plan selections all the way through January 26th. That's the charge deadline. And so that's really what we go off of with changing your meal plan. So yeah, students who maybe a commuter who did not have a meal plan in the fall would like to add one in the spring, they can do that. They can start doing that as early as November 1st. So great point to bring that up.
Awesome. And I know that Lauren, yes.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say, and one thing I forgot to mention earlier is that we have something called cash equivalency here, and it's only with our To the Top meal plan. So perfect example is we may have a freshman who decided they wanted to go to, they wanted to start out with the black and gold plan, but they decide, you know what, I want more bonus bucks and I want that cash equivalency feature. They can upgrade to the Top. So what the cash equivalency feature does is it allows them to use one of their meal swipes that they would have used in the fresh food company at either Oath Pizza or the Southern Wing Company, which was formerly known as the Powerhouse, and it equals $6. That is huge.
Wow.
So what that means is, say they go to Southern Wing Company and they get a wing combo and it's $12. They're going to swipe their card, okay? And then it'll take $6 off their total, and they'll just be responsible for the rest of the amount.
That's great.
Yeah. So it's really awesome, especially if they run out of bonus bucks and they're, wanting to go eat and still have some money available, they can do that.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I'm so glad you mentioned that. I was not aware. And now that you mentioned Southern Wing Company, they're located across from where we're located here in Cook Library. And so it is a hit. I was standing out a couple of weeks ago, and there were students waiting on them to open. And as soon as they opened, they flew in. I was like, I got to go there. It must be really, really good.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So certainly utilize that cash equivalency.
Yes, cash equivalency is only with the To the Top meal plan. So it's a really nice perk for those students that are on that plan.
Wonderful. And what I was going to mention just a second ago is when Lauren mentioned being able to make sure that you're aware of when they post it on social media. I know that she'll talk about it at the end, but make follow them on social media.
Yes.
I follow their social media accounts, and they're always posting deals, promotions, and information that's so important. And so it's just a great resource to have right at your fingertips quickly to be able to get the most prominent information. So make sure you're on social media.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for that. And so I know that you have talked with us a great bit about bonus bucks and dining dollars. Take a little bit of time, if you will, to just really explain the key differences between the two. What are the differences? Where can they be used? What do they look like? How are they accessed?
Yes, absolutely. So bonus bucks and dining dollars are used the same exact way. So it's just used to, it's on your student ID and you just use it. It's on your card and you pay for your food with those dollars. But bonus bucks come with your meal plan. So whether you live on campus or you live off campus and you have a meal plan, you will have bonus bucks attached to your meal plan. Now, bonus bucks, along with the entire meal plan, will expire at the end of the semester. So that's the big difference, okay, is those bonus bucks will expire at the end of the semester. Dining dollars, like I said, you run out of bonus bucks, most students want to add dining dollars to their account, okay? Dining dollars, because it's additional money that you added to a meal plan, it will roll over to the next semester, okay? A fun little scenario to explain about bonus bucks and dining dollars. So say you are a student, you start out with a meal plan, your freshman year, fall semester, you use your 300 bonus bucks. Say your student calls and they say, I need some more money. And you decide as a family that you're going to add some dining dollars to their account to get them through, say fall break and Thanksgiving break. Say you add 100 dining dollars. Say they only use 50. So 50 is left over. Then spring comes around, we get a brand new meal plan, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to allow them to use those bonus bucks first before the remainder of those dining dollars will kick in. So we're really trying to stretch it out for you as long as possible. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense. Yes.
Okay, good. So you'll use those bonus bucks for your spring semester meal plan. And when you get low on that, you'll start using the rest of your dining dollars. So it's a really great way to stretch those dollars. We did just have a dining dollar promotion. We usually run one once a semester, and it was like, add 100 dining dollars and get 20 for free for every 100. So great reason why you should be following us on social media, because we will run those promotions each semester.
Wonderful. And in terms of dining dollars and bonus bucks, students able to see their balance of how much they have left?
Yes, great question. So we get that call a lot, right? But it's actually cut down a whole lot this past 2 semesters because we have a new app. It's called the Get Mobile app. It's just GET and then mobile. And what it is it's an app that students can download. They find University of Southern Mississippi. They put in their SOAR credentials. So everything you would use to get into SOAR, you would just put in this app. And then what it does is it links up with your student's account, and it actually shows them all of the bonus bucks and dining dollars that they have left. It actually shows you, all your transaction history, which is great. It allows you to add money to the account straight from the app. And then the last thing that's really great about it is that they leave their student ID in their dorm room, or say they leave it at their apartment. They can actually scan for payment on the Get Mobile app. So it's got a little barcode on it. They go to Chick-fil-A, they're looking around for their card. They're like, oh gosh, I left my ID. I can't pay for my food, but they can, as long as they have that app, they can just scan that app and it will deduct their money. So
that's major. That is
really awesome. And it really helps them too, like budget their dollars, right? I mean, I always tell, families at orientation, something to explain to their students is that, this meal plan is for them, right? And so it's great to treat a friend here and there, but make sure that they are really utilizing the meal plan for themselves. one of the things that we get every year is like, we always have a student who will just, start with 300, and then within a few weeks, they're like down to 150 bonus bucks. And they're like, where did all my money go? Or their family may be calling and saying, where did all the money go? And
Right.
so you're able to look at that transaction and like, oh, I bought my friend some food and this and that. So, anyway, might need to encourage friend to get a, meal plan, but
Yes.
it's a great way to budget their dollars.
I love that. I love the Get Mobile app. I did learn about that a couple of months ago, and I thought it was the greatest thing. I was like, I want to look into this. I downloaded it, and it's awesome. It's just a great app. And I love the feature of being able to use the phone to purchase. I mean, that's just like, Apple Pay or you can use your phone to pay for your items. So it's the way of the world now. And we have that ability to do so on campus and to be able to see your transactions. It's just like logging onto your bank account and being able to see, where did you spend the card, right? So
absolutely. And you do have to put a PIN in every time you open up the app right before you use it. You do have to put a PIN in, which is a great security feature, right? Because if someone loses their phone, it's not like the student's gonna be able to grab it and just use their Get app. So
I love that. That is amazing. Great app. So, we have talked about, of course, the main dining hall being Fresh Food Company, and we've mentioned Starbucks and the Southern Lean Company. What are all the eateries on campus? How many eateries do we have for students?
Yes, that's a great question. We have 8 restaurants on campus and 4 pods. So I'll explain what a pod is in just a minute. So, we have Chick-fil-A, Subway, Starbucks, Freshens. Freshens is located in Asbury Hall, which is our nursing building, and it has rice bowls, smoothies, hot grilled sandwiches, just a really great popular location. It also has a mini Starbucks location in there. So it doesn't have all the Starbucks food, but it does have like the Frappuccinos. So we have a lot of students who will go in there and take advantage of that. We have Oath Pizza, which is located in the Century Park Market. It's like right near the dorms and the Learning Center. So that's a great location. And even if you don't live on campus, your key card will work to get through those gates. We also have Einstein Brother Bagels in our international building. And right next to it is a brand new location this fall, which has been a huge hit. It's called Bento Sushi. It's awesome. If you love sushi, and if you don't like sushi, we have a lot of other options. We have ramen. They have the dumplings. So they have lots of different options, poke bowls. So it's very popular during lunch. So that is brand new. We also they make the sushi and actually put them in the pods as well. And pods, that stands for provisions on demand. So I like to call them mini convenience stores or little kiosks around campus. I think that's the best way to explain it. Every one of them will have, lots of bottled beverages, lots of candy and salty snacks. Some will have like little quick meal options. So we even have Lunchables. Lots of college students still love to eat Lunchables.
Yes.
We will have that sushi in there. Some of them have, Einstein Brothers salads. Now our Century Park Market Pod is really truly what it sounds like. It's a market. It's got more items in there. So in fall of 2020, we all knew that going through a pandemic, we knew that a lot of students were going to want to eat in their dorms that particular semester. And so we really looked at what we were serving in the Century Park Market, and we really kept a lot of those items, but we wanted some quick meal items. We knew that students would want to, grab things to have in their dorm. So we added in half gallons of milk, lunch meat, bread, full boxes of cereal. And we've kept all those things, even hot dogs and hot dog buns with chili. We have that in our pod. And so students can use their bonus bucks there. In addition to that, we have, ice cream in that pod, grab and go meals, like the little lean cuisine meals. We even have some little like household type items that students can use in their dorms, like paper towels and toilet paper. And so another great perk of having a meal plan is that you can purchase a lot of those items too for your dorm. So anyway, lots of locations on campus. You can see a full list of our locations on our website at eagledining.com. So every day I'm like, where am I going to eat for lunch today?
Now,
There's
you can
options.
eat somewhere. Yes, you can literally eat somewhere new every single day. And I love that. Or you can eat at the same place and choose a different item on the
Yes.
There's
Yes.
just endless opportunities.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that students can purchase things with their card at certain places and using either like bonus bucks or dollars. What forms of payment are accepted at the various on-campus EOP?
Yeah, so obviously bonus bucks and dining dollars are used at those retail locations, even the pods, but then we will accept credit card and debit cards. So we do not accept cash anymore. We actually stopped doing that in fall of 2020. And quite frankly, we did not get hardly any negative feedback. A lot of the students weren't paying with cash anyway, but we do not accept cash. And we also don't accept Discover, but everything else we do accept, and no checks. So credit card, debit card, and then the bonus bucks and dining dollars.
And I would assume that checks are very rarely used nowadays.
Exactly, yes. But sometimes you just have to say it, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Definitely debit and credit is like, once again, the way of the world now.
It is. It is.
It's the thing. So that's wonderful. Yeah. So how might families, all of our families and our parents that are watching the video, how might families assist their students in utilizing the services provided by Eagle Dining and reaching out?
Yes, great question. So I have to go back to our website, Eagle Dining. There is so much on our website. Again, like when you go to our website, I feel like it's very user friendly. The first thing I'll say now that we have on there is right when you go to the website, there's an option on there for a student or parent to join our email list. So we do have a series of emails that we will send out to students and then one to parents to let them know what's going on. So I encourage everybody to get on our email list. Second, we have lots of tabs up top. It's very clear. I think, it talks about meal plans, dining locations. We even have a contact us page, and we have all of our photos. So you can really pinpoint like who you are reaching out to. My director, our dining director, Charlie, is always walking around the dining hall. I'm always walking around locations. I'm sure that if students went and looked at our contact us page, they would see a lot of familiar faces. Our emails are on there, so parents and students can directly email us, which is great. Also, I'm going to go back to our locations and menus page. We have so much information about each of our locations on those individual pages. I think it'll help answer a lot of questions for students that they may have. Like, what do we offer at the Fresh Food Company every single day? We have all of our menus, right? So you can go to breakfast, lunch, and dinner for that day and see everything that we're serving at all of our stations. You can click on each item and it will tell you all of the nutritional information. So I love that. That's huge right there.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes. And so we encourage students, look at the menu. If you're all the way over by the theater building and you were wanting to go to the Fresh Food Company, look at the menu before you come over. Don't walk all the way over and find out that, what you wanted on the comfort line is not on the comfort line, Now we'll say, and most students know this, like every Wednesday we have fried chicken. It's a huge hit. We have 3 lines on our fried chicken Wednesdays for lunch. We have 3 different lines that students can go to. So we do kind of switch things around, right? So like our vegan line, we will put the fried chicken on that line, and we'll actually move vegan over to another section, but we put a sign out so students know exactly where they can find the vegan options. On Fridays, we have fried fish. So anyway, I encourage, students to use our website and then reach out to us. Like, we love students to, reach out to us if there's any issues, or we will love to hear the good things too, of course. But, a lot of times, over the years, I manage social media as well. And sometimes students may message us on social media, but as you know, that may not come through right away, but so I encourage you to email us, call our office, come see us. Our office is right below the Fresh Food Company. And so, we're always available. And one other thing I'll say is that we do dining committees. We meet with a group of students, several times in a semester. We meet with SGA. We have a really good partnership with them, and we talk to them about like different changes that we're thinking about making, whether we're thinking about changing a location in the future, or maybe we're changing the hours because most students aren't going to a particular location, at certain times. And so we really look to our students to help us make those decisions. So, we can never make any promises, but we absolutely, look to our students for information. So we also have like a little program called Voice of Consumer. And so we have signs out at all of our locations, but students can also give us survey feedback through there, and it can be anonymous. So we encourage students to talk to us.
That's phenomenal. Thank you so much for sharing that. And when you began mentioning Wednesdays being Chicken Wednesday and then Fridays being fish, I'm like, I know all about that because our students rave about it. We have student workers in our office, and of course, students that are always visiting our space in the Center for Student Success, and they're always talking about, I'm going to go to the fresh, on campus is termed the fresh. So I'm going to fried chicken or for fried fish on Fridays, and sometimes they'll get to-go plates. I know that to-go plates, they'll get to-go plates, and then they'll bring them, and I'm like, what's that?
You can smell it. Yeah, it smells great.
I'm like, where's that good food coming from?
That's another thing that we've really been working hard to, we've been doing a lot through social media, and we actually started putting some signage out, but we hand bread all of our chicken and we fry it, all of our fried fish, we fry that. We hand toss all of our pizza dough. I mean, we make so many things in-house. So it's important to share that with students, we may have recipes that we follow for, certain things, but we make all of that, in-house. I mean, we have chefs that are back there working and they're cooking all of that food. So we put a lot of effort into that and making sure that students get good quality, tasty food. So
yes, it is absolutely phenomenal. I know that you guys was it a showcase recently?
Yes, we had an executive chef showcase. Josh Cathy, who is our executive chef and also a former student. He graduated from Southern Miss and is a Hattiesburg local. He's great. And so we told him, you're cooking for the students. You're going to do a showcase. And so we will actually have one next Tuesday, another one at noon. And what we do is we just set up like a table in the middle of the union, and he is just cooking certain dishes. We already have some made that we can give out samples, but he's actually going to go through it, cook. We had students who were sitting there watching him, getting involved, asking him questions. He let one student like plate up a plate with the food. So yeah, it's just a fun way to like interact with our, chefs, and actually, like I said, showcase that, we're local people cooking the food. And so yeah, those are always fun events.
Yes, it looked amazing. I saw it on social media and I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have known about that. I would have went over. It looked so fun. So certainly
next Tuesday.
I'm going to put that on my calendar for sure. I'm going to put it on my calendar next Tuesday for noon. And everyone watching, make sure to let your students know about it. Once again, another reason to follow them on social media so they can be aware. So lastly, if you will, just let us know where you're located on campus and how students and families can reach you.
Yes, absolutely. So our office is located on the ground floor of the Thad Cochran Center, which is also right across from the Image Center. So if you remembered at some point in time when you came to orientation, your student went through and got a student ID made, we're right across from that location at the bottom of the escalators and really right under the Fresh Food Company. That's where our office is. Our office hours are from 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, but again, you can email us. So you can reach us at 601-266-5376. That is our main number. And then also you can find our emails on our website at eagledining.com. So, and all of our social handles, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we actually are on TikTok now. So that's more of a fun thing for students. That is all Eagle Dining USM. So please follow us. I know that you share a lot of things, Ashley, and tag us or share our posts, and I appreciate that. So hopefully you'll get connected with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, families, for joining us today for our October. Can't believe it's already October, our October Seymour Scoop.
Mhm.
Warren Brescher with Eagle Dining. We certainly hope that you have experienced a lot of knowledge building here today. And this Facebook Live event, if you weren't able to catch us at the very beginning, or maybe you hopped on at the middle or towards the end, no problem. It's going to be saved on the Facebook page. So you'll be able to go back and visit once the live video is over. And certainly feel free to reach out to myself or Ms. Brescher if you have any questions after today. And of course, to utilize the resources that are available online. A quick announcement for our families. We are vastly approaching Parent and Family Weekend, and we are super excited. It's our premier family event that we host every year. This will be our first year hosting it post the pandemic, so we're really excited to bring this event back to campus. Parent and Family Weekend is scheduled for November 5th through the 7th. So that's Friday through Sunday, and with the premier event happening on that Saturday, November 6th. It's going to be a tailgate prior to the home football game as Southern Miss takes on North Texas, and registration is open. So you are available to register for Family Weekend right now, and I encourage you to do so. We're excited to plan a fun weekend event for you and your family and your student. Registration can be found on our website, and so you can navigate over to the university's website, and you can either go to the search box and type in the Center for Student Success, and it is on our main page, or you can visit us directly at www.usm.edu/student-success and navigate towards the middle where you'll see Parent and Family Weekend. You can click on there, and there you'll find all the details that provides about what Family Weekend is. There's a schedule of the events for the weekend, as well as hotel accommodations for booking, and then also some things to do in Hattiesburg. So some eateries that you can eat around Hattiesburg, the hub city, and some opportunities for you to get engaged with some of the local activities as far as the art downtown or going to the zoo with your family. There are a lot of family fun activities that we encourage you to take part in while you're here. And if you have questions while you're attempting to register for that event, please feel free to give our office a call. Our number is 601-266-6405. And then you can also reach us at email, and that's parentsandfamily@usm.edu. Again, that's parents with an S, parents and family at usm.edu. So feel free to email us or give us a call. We look forward to seeing you next month for Family Weekend. Like I mentioned, it's going to be a fun event. We'll have a tailgate, and we'll plan to go to the football game together to cheer on our Southern Miss Golden Eagles. And if you are a season ticket holder and you already have a ticket to the game, that's not a problem. There are tailgate only tickets, so you can certainly still purchase a ticket to the tailgate, and we look forward to seeing you and the entire family as well. We know that a couple weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, we celebrated Parent and Family Appreciation Week, and I hope that each of you felt loved and appreciated from your students. We had various opportunities that week that allowed students to show their appreciation to you guys. We did an online social media campaign that allowed students to be able to make a post to their family by making a sweet message and then providing a picture if they would like to. And so we shared those on our Facebook and Instagram. And then we also had a postcard campaign where students were able to write a postcard home. And so we had a lot of students that participated in that, and I actually have those postcards here, and those will be going in the mail today. So we just want to let you guys know that we love you, the Center for Student Success, University of Southern Mississippi, and your student. And we appreciate all that you do for your students as well towards their success. So happy Parent Family Appreciation again to each of you that were not maybe on the live the last month. So we do have some special gifts for you guys. We did select 10 winning families that will be receiving appreciation prizes. And so I have those prizes here in my office. And so those will also be announced between today and Friday. So follow us on social media because you could be one of those winning families for a wonderful Southern Miss Family Prize Pack. And be on the lookout for postcards in your mailboxes as well. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Our office name or the Parent and Family Programs page is Southern Miss Parent and Family on Facebook. That's Southern Miss Parent and Family on Facebook. And then we are Southern Miss Family on Instagram. And so we're just so excited again that you were with us today for our October Seymour Scoop and heard from Ms. Lauren Brescher for Eagle Dining. And we're grateful, as always, to have you a part of the Southern Miss Parent and Family Association. If you have questions, certainly feel free to reach out to either one of us. And as always, at Southern Miss is Southern Miss to the top.
To the top.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.